Welcome back to Fox 5's On the Hill Live this Sunday morning. You know, the latest Wall Street Journal swing state poll getting a lot of attention right now, both from Democrats and Republicans. Why? Well, in the poll, former President Donald Trump is beating President Biden in 6 of the 7 states. The largest margins are North Carolina, where Trump was up by 6 percentage points. He was also up in Arizona and Nevada. Wisconsin is the only state where President Biden tied Trump. What impact is this going to have on the campaign trail? We are pleased to welcome back Aaron Zitner. He is the reporter and editor for the Wall Street Journal. Aaron, good to see you. It's been too long, but you've been at work hard on looking at these battleground states. This does not look good for Joe Biden. Where is he running into trouble, and is there enough time for them to make this up?
Well, that's right, Tom. The headlines, as you said, Biden is trailing in 6 of the 7 states, and moreover, he's broadly unpopular in all 7 states. His job approval is really underwater, meaning negative views of his job approval are much higher than positive views of his job performance in all of these states. Minimum 16 points. In 4 of these states, he's underwater by more than 20 points. So he's trailing, but it's close. And about a quarter to a third of the electorate is still unsettled, is up for grabs. These are folks who are either undecided, voting third party, and we don't think most of them are going to stick with the third party, or are only lightly attached to their vote choice now.
Let's talk about that quarter for a moment, because those prove to be very important in tight elections, that undecided. Is this a group of people that are legitimately still weighing Joe Biden and Donald Trump? Or are these folks that just aren't even paying attention right now? We're not even, we're months away from Labor Day.
Well, I'd say it's 2 types of people. These candidates, Trump and Biden, we know are broadly unpopular. Most Americans don't like these choices. And so for a lot of them, they don't know where to settle yet. They're either saying they're undecided or they're parking their preference right now in a third party. 15% in our poll say they'll vote for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or Cornel West or another third party. It's not going to be 15%. Usually in an election, it's under 2% who vote third party. In 2016, when we had 2 unpopular candidates, it was 6%. These people are going to move to a candidate.
We've had a lot of discussion of late at this desk about third-party candidates and who that would affect more. Does a Robert F. Kennedy take votes away from a Joe Biden, or does some of the things that Kennedy have said play into maybe some of Trump's support? Is there too much emphasis being put on this third-party question, or not enough?
Third parties are going to be very important. One reason is not only are Americans looking for other options, but especially within the Democratic coalition, there's a fraying. In our polling, not just in the swing state poll, but in our national poll in February, Biden is running 20 points behind where he was in the 2020 election among black voters, 15 points or so behind where he was in 2020 among Hispanic voters, and 10 points or more behind where he was in 2020 among voters under 30. Black, Latino, young voters, these are pillars of the Democratic coalition. They are not coming home to Joe Biden right now. The rest of the election, a large part of it is going to be Biden trying to bring those voters home.
Let's talk about some of the news that is affecting both sides, which seems to be affecting these numbers in different ways. Joe Biden, we just had a panel here a minute ago, can point to a great jobs report that just came out. However, it's not reflecting in the poll numbers. Why is that? Why is good news not transforming into higher poll numbers for Joe Biden?
You know, that's one of the great mysteries. And we at the Wall Street Journal are writing about this disconnect a lot. The economic fundamentals are much stronger than what we hear when we ask people about the economy. Your first guests gave one answer, which is inflation. People are still angry about inflation. But it's more than that. There's a general dissatisfaction with the country right now.
On the other hand, Donald Trump has faced, setbacks in his criminal cases. His poll numbers seem to be strong. Bad news has not hurt his campaign at this point.
That's right. And in some ways, if you start in April, when that first criminal indictment came out, April of last year, he's gotten stronger with each of these indictments. And I think that these indictments fortify the allegiance that his supporters have to him. Each indictment is a reminder that there's a kind of us versus them element to politics.
The Wall Street Journal has done excellent polling throughout every presidential campaign. This year's no exception. Aaron Zitner joining us live this morning, back on the desk here. We appreciate you coming in. We're going to have you back throughout the course of this campaign.
Good to be with you, Tom.
All right.